Previously on Old Iron Adventures. Brian and the crew finished up at Joel Jansen's collection, where we got to see an incredible collection of John Deere tractors. Then, Brian, Elijah, and Lucy were forced to make a change of plans as the semi finally arrived to pick up Jim Newworth's motorcycle collection. Aumann Auctions has been in business for over 60 years and has been the leading force around the world in vintage power. And we're going to show you why. Through adventures around the world, you'll see vintage tractors, trucks, cars, memorabilia, and so much more. Aumann Auctions isn't just an auction company, but a group of men and women with a passion for the stories behind these items. Welcome to Old Iron Adventures. Still in Scottsbluff, Nebraska, Brian keeps busy on Jim Newworth's property, getting things arranged and making sure that 2x4s are cut and ready to be bolted into the semi-floor's bed. Lucy and Elijah are close to returning with straps to hold down the bikes, and it's very crucial that the crew get to work fast, as every second counts.
So we had a unique adventure today. I think we cleaned out the town of Scottsbluff's 1-inch nylon straps today. Trucking company showed up with a box van trailer, 52-footer, and not a strap one, so we had to figure out how we're going to secure all these motorcycles that we're shipping back to Nokomis. Best way we figured out was to utilize 1-inch straps, 3 per motorcycle. So if you do the math, it's 75 straps we had to come up with, and we had to go to quite a few places to come up with that many straps here in Scottsbluff. And then we got, of course, some more semis coming tomorrow, so we'll probably have to come up with a few more. Might be heading over to Cheyenne, Wyoming, grab some of those. But we had Roscoe and Aaron helping me in the trailer, nailing down some 2x4s, putting the straps underneath them to secure everything tight so that the load makes it back to Nokomis with no problem.
As mentioned before, the crew is on a time crunch and only has so much time to get this driver back on the road and these bikes back to Nokomis, so everyone puts the pedal to the metal to get things done.
So we have almost 200 motorcycles that we're trying to load and get out of here by Thursday evening. And then we're out of here. So it's a little overwhelming, but we're getting it done because we can.
Looking ahead, we got a couple semis coming in tomorrow, so there'll be another 50 motorcycles getting loaded on those. Today it took us about 3 hours to put the 25 on, so there'll be 6 hours out of tomorrow that will be loading motorcycles. Of course, we got more tractors to catalog. They're packed in pretty tight, so more than likely we're going to be coming back here in a couple, 3 weeks to finish cataloging. We're not going to get it through on this run. Got a couple corn pickers, a couple of plows, implements. So it's been quite the adventure, quite the challenge, trying to get everything done in a lot of time that we're here.
Yeah, so we got 2 trucks coming in tomorrow. The first truck today was a great learning lesson that we really took advantage of. We got a plan now. We got all the ratchet straps that we could ever need. We got a ton of 2x4s that we're going to use to strap down the bikes with. So we got a good plan and set. We plan to stage the bikes like we did today, get the nicer stuff, you know, to the back of the trailer first and fill the front of the trailer up with original parts that are still in the package. We got a good plan of nailing the 2x4s to the floor, slipping the ratchet straps underneath it, and coming up and, you know, taping or getting the handlebars in the back and make sure those bikes are secure. Today it took, you know, like I said, a lot longer than we'd expect, but we got a good plan going into tomorrow, and yeah, it should run a lot smoother.
While Brian, Elijah, and Lucy finish up in Nebraska, Chris Hudson keeps busy in Michigan, where he visits the Eric Myers Open House.
This is Chris Hudson. We're here in Marshall, Michigan. Today we're, taking a look at the Eric Myers collection. We're doing the open house today. We've had a lot of people come in and out of here, taking a look at the tractors, implements, memorabilia, whatever it may be. The weather's great today. People are having a good time. There's baked goods. There's anything a guy could ever want here.
A lot of pieces I've collected over the years, just from all over the U.S. The Ford, the roller I got come out of California. The Air Force tug, I got that out of Arizona. And a lot of the tractors came from all over the U.S. Really enjoyed the hunt for them. And I've had some enjoyment with them. It's time to move on to collecting a little something different and let somebody else enjoy them as much as I have.
So we're standing here in front of the Fordson Super Major Crawler. This machine was built in the 1960s. It was built in England, and then this particular machine spent its working life in likely Canada before, being gathered up and brought into the States.
And it was actually owned by Henry Ford's family at their cottage in the UP.
And do you know what they used it for up there?
Just general use, just around clearing some ground, just things to do with a little dozer, I guess.
Sure. This machine, if you look at it, really there's very little wear on the undercarriage and other particular things. So it really shows that the quality of this particular piece of equipment and just some of the stuff that Eric has kind of gathered up over the years, and now that we're offering for sale to the public market. So here we have the Ford 861 diesel front wheel assist. Again, this is another one of the more unique tractors that Eric has gathered up, part of his collection. This tractor was actually featured on Farm Progress this week, so they had a really nice article on it. Eric, can you tell me, where did this tractor come from?
Actually, I bought it at a local consignment auction. It had a loader on it and it was actually missing the hood, and it looked like it was a project tractor.
Sure. Do you know how many of these they built with the front wheel assist, and was that built by Ford or did they outsource that to somebody?
There's not an exact number, because the front wheel assist was built by Elenco, and it was an aftermarket add-on that you could get from the dealership.
Okay. So a farmer would go out, they'd buy a tractor, they'd go out, decided they need a front wheel assist, and this was just part of their portfolio they could
Yep.
order something out of.
Yep, it didn't have the tightest turn radius, but they were real popular in the muck, and a lot of them used it in the construction industry.
So tell me a little bit about the restoration of it, what all you guys did to it, and I guess maybe kind of some of, aside from the front wheel assist, maybe some of the, kind of unique features about it.
Yeah, it is just being a diesel, and we're a little more, that wasn't gas, or diesels were not super popular when these were coming out, and we actually, when we got it, we had to we rebuilt the entire motor in it. We went through the whole motor in the rear end and just brought it back to its former glory, I guess.
How long did the restoration take you?
Probably 4 or 5 months.
Okay. And how long have you had it?
I've had this probably 15 years.
Okay. So, you know, with everything in the wholesale, is there anything that is going to be really hard for you to let go or to see go down the road?
Hardest piece is probably going to be is my road maintainer.
The road grader tractor?
Yeah, the road grader.
Okay.
More or less, that was just kind of that was the first, I'd say, rare piece
Sure.
that I got and restored.
How old were you when you got that?
Oh, I was right about the time I got married, so about 25.
Okay. And where did you have to go to find that piece at?
I bought that from Long Lane Tractor in Pennsylvania.
Okay, nice.
This is day 2 in Scottsbluff, Nebraska, and today we are just getting all the motorcycles loaded up as the day before. The problems with yesterday, or the challenges that we faced, was trying to find an efficient and fast way to load up these motorcycles and get them out in an orderly fashion. And the thing today is we really need to hammer these motorcycles out because we're not here for very long. And we really got a good system going today. I mean, the guys are working efficiently in the truck and trailer to get those motorcycles strapped down and secured super tight. We still got a lot of tractors to do. There's about 50 or 75 tractors, you know, good rare stuff that we still got to get cataloged and photoed, as well as some motorcycles that are going to stay here in Nebraska that we got to get cataloged and photoed and everything. So today's challenge is really just click on all cylinders, make sure the trucks get loaded because we got 2 coming in today, make sure everything gets cataloged and have everything as organized as possible. Yeah, so I've been getting a lot of questions lately about like what are my favorite ones or what are some highlights of the collection. Just to begin off, I'm a huge Honda CB 350, 300 guy, so Jim's got a really nice turquoise and yellow paint scheme Honda CB 350 that starts up and goes as should. That's one of my favorites. And right behind me is a Honda CBX, which is Honda's earliest 6-cylinder bike. I mean, this thing is big, it's fast, it moves. I mean, it's really hard to find in that condition, and that's one of my favorites. And the police special bike, it is super hard to overlook that. There are very few of them out there, especially with all the parts, assembly, and it runs and in that great condition. I mean, that is probably the top prize pick of this collection here. He's got a lot of great passports too, and you don't get to see those very often, especially in the condition they're in. And you know, all of his bikes are original paint, so I mean, you see a bike that has low mileage and has a good paint scheme with no dents or rust on it. I mean, that's always going to be a prize pick for any collection. So he's got some good stuff here, but those are kind of some of my favorites that I've seen so far. And the more we get digging in the greenhouses and back there, I'm going to find some more that I really enjoy.
Another bike, I have a Maguru, which is a name that probably not very many people know about, but they were a Japanese manufacturing company that Honda bought, or not Honda, excuse me, Kawasaki bought them out because Kawasaki wanted to come to America with bikes. And so, but they hadn't. And so they bought Maguru out, which was a manufacturer that started there after the war in Japan. And they were building you know, a bike, not a bad bike, but you know, the Japanese people were stretched. And so they went in then and made a deal for this company. And so they wanted to come to America and sell bikes. And so they was a fellow that I knew in town here, Fred Masick, who had Masick Distributing. And so he was at this show and had looked at these Kawasaki motorcycles, and the guy had indicated that, he said, I need to find somebody to sell my motorcycles in America. He said, nobody likes my bikes. And so Fred goes, well, he goes, I'll sell your bikes. But he said, I don't want anybody else selling them. So Masick Distributing here in Gearing initially was really the only distributor for Kawasaki motorcycles in America. Well, why now is I'm 75. My son lives in St. Louis. I got nobody that wants anything. You know, there comes a time, I mean, I'll probably go and find some more. I probably won't get in love with them like I did with this, but I like tinkering on stuff and whatever. It just, I lost my wife 4 years ago, and you know, the business is ever changing all the time in this, and you know, finally at some point, I mean, I've worked and worked for a lot of years, and so I guess I just want to maybe back off a little bit. I'm not a coffee shop guy, so you'll find me out scavenging someplace, or maybe I'll be serving hamburgers in McDonald's. I don't know. I just had a blast doing this. I mean, for me, with the tractors and all the other things I've collected and whatever, it's been enjoyable, yeah.
The work continues in Scottsbluff, Nebraska, as the Aumann's crews start their second day by hitting the ground running. They're quick to get into action and continue the momentum.
Well, the first truck just left and the loading process went pretty well. Knowing that we had a plan today made it a lot easier for them to kind of get a blueprint of what's going on. However, we hauled a lot of big bikes out today, like a lot of GL1000s, a lot of BMW tour bikes, KZ650s, things of that nature. So that aspect of loading made it kind of difficult on the guys, but they did a really good job of getting it out there quick. They finished up, and like I said, the first truck driver's out. Now all we're doing is waiting on the second one. As far as the second one goes, it's not going to be as labor intensive as, you know, in terms of getting the bikes up the ramps. We have a lot of dreams left, a lot of trails, kind of hovering around that 50 to 250 cc range. So I think that this next this next truck that's coming in should go really well. Now that we got a plan and the bikes are a little lighter. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for that truck to get here.
Like we say, every second counts. So as the first semi leaves, the second pulls in immediately after, and the Aumann staff jump right in.
Final day done here in Scottsbluff, Nebraska. Today was super productive. The crew did great. We really got things cranked out today. Between Lucy, myself, I mean, we really got things organized. Like I said, Brian, Aaron, and Rocco, I mean, really did a rock star job of tying those things down. So as the final semi-loads are going back to Nokomis, just some key takeaways. I mean, just great bike, great collection. I mean, I can't wait for this thing to be up, get everything going, get everything running, looking nice. Working with Jim has been an absolute delight. I've really gotten time to get to know him, know his collection, his story, and his passions, and I couldn't think of anyone better to work with this type of collection than Jim. Well, the bikes are back to Nokomis into our antique or vintage power showroom, and I'm pumped, as well as the crew here today. I know the people back home who are receiving these items are pumped, and it's going to be a great time. We're going to get these all polished, detailed, looking great, line them up in a nice fashion, almost like a dealership display almost. And Jim has informed me that he's coming back to actually take a look at it, so we're super excited for that. We got cool backgrounds for the catalog coming soon, so got a lot of old pumps, old signs that we're excited to display around these motorcycles. Really jazz this thing up because that is what this collection deserves.
All right, here we are at the end of the day. Just about 50 motorcycles loaded, heading toward Nokomis. We got a few tractors cataloged. Had a great team here. Aaron from Aumann Auctions did knocked out the park again. Got a guy here locally, Roscoe's his name. Dynamite young man, helped us all day long, stuck right there with us. Of course, Elijah's here, he's helping getting motorcycles in as well. So fantastic job by a great team. Wrapping it up for the day. Weather's changing again. Here we are in Scottsbluff, Nebraska, and I'm wearing a flannel shirt, so welcome to the Midwest, as they say.
One time I was going to sell these out on my own, but boy, I tell you, I'd have to started when I was 40 and before I collected anything. So anyway, I'm really happy that this is happening and looking forward to it, and just getting to see them all in one displayed area is just going to be a treat. And so especially for the motorcycles, for me, it's just going to be pretty satisfying, because all the years that I've been doing this, guys would go, well, what do you want with that old junk? How come you collect all this old stuff? And so now they're going, well, how much are you going to get out of that? I said, remember, it's just old junk.
Next time on Old Iron Adventures, Chris Hudson continues to help highlight the Eric Myers collection, while Roger scouts a collection that is made for any John Deere lover.